Hello YouTube, this is Coding for Noobs, and today we're going to be looking at the switch statement. This is your 11th tutorial in C#, and as you can see, I've already set up the project. Sorry about that, that was just my Windows changing its themes so that my computer will run faster while I'm recording. As you can see, I set up a local variable declaration area and a keep console open. So, if you haven't already guessed, we're going to be using a local variable. So for this tutorial, we'll be working with strings. So string str input equals string.empty. And we're going to be working with the switch statement. So we're going to have a section of our code called process. Now, the switch statement is kind of like a if statement, except you only have one condition, but with like multiple outputs. So the way we set this up is switch, and then our condition goes into parentheses, and then we have our blocks of code. So for our program, we're going to see the input. So we're going to see whatever the user's input is, and we're going to ask them, okay, so what's this input? And then we're going to check it, we're going to ask them, what's your input? And then we're going to check it between a whole bunch of different commands that we're going to have in our switch statement. So we're going to switch, and then we're going to compare or look at str input. So now, with our str input, we have what's called a case. And in this case, we're checking to see, so if str input is equal to hello world, we're going to execute a block of code. Now this block of code goes from the colon to either the next case or to the break. Break means to exit out of the switch or exit out of the block of code. So what we're going to do, if the user enters in hello world, we're going to console.writeLine hello back. Now, what's a little bit different between ifs and else ifs, we can also do another case. So case user enters in goodbye. We're going to output console.writeLine have a nice day. Break. Now, as you can see, it's kind of like the if statement where we're saying if str input is equal to hello world, then we're going to do something. Otherwise, if it's equal to goodbye, we're going to do something. The way I'm showing you this statement is because it's easier to use a switch statement when you're coding sometimes, when you have like a lot of choices. If you're wondering how to do kind of like a case else, I guess you guys would think of it as, after the last tutorial where I taught you guys the else if, a case else would be default. And a break. So what this is saying is if it goes through case 1, case 2, case 3, so case 1 is hello world, case 2 is goodbye. If it doesn't do anything for this code, it'll go to our default case, in which case we'll say console.writeLine invalid input, we'll say. So what this is saying is if case hello world doesn't occur and case goodbye doesn't occur, then we are going to tell the user, hey, that's not right. Now, we forgot to do a little bit of something at the beginning, which was get the input from the user. So we're going to do console.writeLine. Please enter a string. And then str input equals console.readline. There we go. So now we're going to run the code, and we're going to type in hello world, and it says hello back. We're going to run it again, and we'll say goodbye. Oops, I spelled goodbye wrong. So, like I said before, it's going to check, is it hello world? Nope. Is it goodbye? Nope. Okay, so let's go to our default, or our very last option, which is invalid input. And just to show you that the second case will actually work, I'll spell goodbye right this time. So see how it says have a nice day. That's pretty much the end of the switch statement. In the next tutorial, we'll be getting into arrays, And then after that, we're going to go a little bit more in depth of coding, where we're going to use different aspects of what I've taught you. So we'll be using an if statement, the switch statement, the for loop, the while loop, and we're actually going to start making some programs soon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. The link for the source will be in the description as always. Please subscribe, rate, and comment.